We don't like to lose. We don't like to draw points. But if you have to choose the way, probably this is the way that you want to draw points. Came here in this stadium against this team. I really like the performance of the team. I think probably we deserve something more. But anyway, the performance was good.
I think many of our games were hard, but this one might have been the hardest maybe because of the amount of quality players they have and also the structure they play in. So it was we had to fight really hard to bring this over the line, that's clear.
10 wins out of 11 for Arne Slot. I know they won at Manchester United, but I think we all felt that was their first really big test. And it's not Jurgen Klopp's rock and roll football. We'll have to get used to that, but it's a winning formula at the moment, isn't it?
It's effective, and look at the changes what he can make off the bench as well. I think they've got a wonderful squad of players. I really like the manager. I think when listening to his interview, I mean, he's taken over from Jurgen Klopp. You know, he's charismatic, you know, he's loud, he's brash, he's with the punters, you know, he's shouting after. This guy's complete contrast to that, but I love him. You know, he looks like he's got the ear of the players, which is the first and foremost the most important thing. A little bit more structured, a little bit more pragmatic, slower in the build-up, but also go back to front. I like that with them as well. I mean, Curtis Davis, he was unbelievable today. I mean, Curtis there was absolutely fantastic. The way they got on the ball, second balls, dribbling through lines. I think he improves individual players, and collectively, automatically, that's going to improve your team.
And from Chelsea's point of view, I thought there was a real opportunity today, wasn't there? Particularly, they were the better team before the first goal, and having equalised when they did you think, right, go on then, go and show how much you have progressed under your manager as well?
Yeah, I thought they would have done that. I thought they were very brave because at the start, when they were playing out from the back, Liverpool weren't really pressing them. They was kind of saying, you can have it. We're going to try and set some little traps. And Lavia and Caicedo kept getting out, and that's how Chelsea were controlling the game and breaking. And Madueke was causing problems. Sancho tried a little bit, but it just wasn't working too much for him. And when you have somebody like Jackson, that as soon as you get the ball in the midfield with space, he will just stretch the game. It kind of opened the game up, and they was causing all sorts of problems. And I thought, in many ways, Liverpool in that first part of the game was very lucky.
All changes with the penalties. Our friend Chris Foy is here. Hello, Chris.
Good evening.
Lots to talk about. With the penalties actually at Anfield, I think they're reasonably straightforward to interpret, aren't they? Let's look at the first one, which was given and remained given as well. Because there have been a couple of shouts already for penalties up to this stage at both ends.
Yeah, there's some big decisions to make, but I think if you look at this clip here, I think in real time, John Brooks gave a penalty. Levi Colwill is the Chelsea player. And just there you'll see kicks through him. It's a penalty, isn't it? Given on field, obviously checked by VAR and check complete.
And Levi Colwill's face is hilarious because he thinks, oh, they've cleared it, we've done a good job there. And then, what, me? No, surely not. It must be a mistake. Happy enough that's a pen, though, isn't it?
Oh, now
He's just lost his bearings, Colwill, hasn't he? Really?
Now done. Yeah, he has, yeah. It's rash in the penalty area. He just needs to stay calm there.
Salah took the penalty. He's got lots of different versions of penalties. This one was the whack it as hard as you can, which is mighty effective. I mean, the keeper... It'd be interesting if the keeper had gone the correct way, but I still think the power probably would have been enough. So that's 1-0 to Liverpool, and then on the stroke of half-time, they get given a second penalty, and we're thinking, right, well, this will change things if they put that away. But that is rescinded. Talk us through what went on here with the thinking.
Yeah, when I watched it in real time, I actually thought this is a penalty. The goalkeeper's come out, Sanchez, and he's just taken out the Liverpool player, as you can see. But as we know, penalties are checked, and there's a really good image here. I think you'll see it on screen where the goalkeeper there just clears the ball. It's onto Curtis Jones, and John Brooks, the VAR, has to go to the screen. He looks at it and quite clearly sees that contact.
You think that obviously is enough, because as we know, you can get the ball and it still be a foul, but you think that is enough contact?
Yeah, well, I mean, even though you're a goalkeeper, you can tackle with your legs, and quite clearly he plays the ball, and I think it's the right outcome.
Yeah, I do as well.
I disagree. Yeah, I don't think there's enough of a touch. I mean, it's a minimal touch. I think Curtis Jones goes through, and once the ball goes straight, you see it goes behind Sanchez, goes behind him now, and he just flips him over his head. Anywhere else on the pitch, Chris, that's a foul. But, you know, that's not enough contact for me, and he's followed through and he's caught him. I'm surprised they've gone to the screen and overturned him.
Well, the thing is with it, Tim, I mean, Michael Oliver was VAR on this one.
Well, that is significant, let's be honest.
You know, a very experienced referee. And even though he sends John to the screen, the referee, John Brooks, he still has, you know, the overriding
John
decision.
Brooks
So
has the
he
right
could
last
actually
decision.
stay with what I've done, but he's more than happy to change his decision when he sees the images on screen.
You think it's right to overturn that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
think there was
when
enough
when I first saw it, I was the same as Chris. Penalty, Stonewall. It's only when I've seen it over and over again, the ball's gone past him because it's almost like it's ricocheted back off of him and it's taking it the other way. So that's why I would say it's a right decision.
You talked about Nicholas Jackson. I mean, he's definitely finding his groove, isn't he, at Chelsea? He's increasingly a threat.
He is, and to be honest, I like when players make me eat my words, because I was quite critical of him last year in terms of when he was getting in these areas, he was making all the wrong decisions. Whereas now when I'm watching him, he seems to be making the right decisions, even if it goes wrong. Like that goal there, his runs are always good runs. The balls are actually coming through to him now. And for him to be chased down by Virgil and Andy and still keep that composure and put it away, I think he's doing all the right things.
Well, 5 Premier League goals says it, doesn't it? Really
Good finish, very
good
calm.
finish, isn't it? Very calm.
It's just a real shame, isn't it, that we have VAR and he's not allowed to celebrate the goal. I mean, he has to celebrate it 4 minutes
Well,
later.
no, but he'd rather celebrate. But before VAR, it's erroneously, flagged offside. And then
Well, he made the most of it, didn't he? Like 4 minutes later, he celebrated for 3 minutes.
Well, that's when I said I thought I would expect Chelsea to go on there. Talk us through Liverpool's winner. I mean, it's a great ball from Salah, but in terms of defence and not tracking the runners and Sanchez in goal, there's a lot to pick out defensively.
Yeah, it was just so quick, you know, from the equaliser, and I think it really knocked stuffing out of him. You give Mo Salah this sort of time at your peril, he finds that pass. They train every day together with each other. Someone has to track that run. It's impossible to play offside. The line of Chelsea is far too high. Because he's deep. Look at Jones's run. He goes, no one's seen him. You know, the fullback there has to try and close the gap. He tries to step up. Can't step up. He's on the 18-yard line. It's impossible to play Curtis Jones offside there. But he's got a lot to do. He still has to take a touch. You expect the goalkeeper, who's 6'5", to come and absolutely put him in hospital. Unfortunately, he closes his eyes, makes himself as small as possible.
Wow, what a football match. Now, I mean, Chelsea gave everything in this game. Losing 1-2 doesn't mean that they didn't play well. They played amazing, I can tell you that. If you look at both teams on paper, you think that Liverpool are going to dismantle Chelsea at Anfield. This is a young team. This is a young Chelsea team. Like, these guys have no right to come to Anfield and dominate Liverpool and play them out of the park. I mean, they played them off the park. Obviously, Liverpool were there. They created more chances, a better SG, but still, you have to give it to Chelsea players because these young guys, you know, came there and played with a lot of personality, passed the ball around, broke Liverpool's press, which not many teams have been able to do this season. So you look at the context of the game and you look at the chances they created towards the end, the one from Nkunku and then Vega. They could have gotten something out of the game, which you cannot say that they didn't deserve. If they ended up 2-2, I mean, going 2-2 away from Anfield, you have to accept that they actually deserve at least that draw. That's how well they played. If you look at how agitated Liverpool fans and the technical bench were towards the end of the game, then you understand that they knew that they were in a game. And that's credit to Chelsea. That's credit to Chelsea players. Now, the thing is, Liverpool, they have veterans, players that have been there, done it. The likes of Van Dijk, Salah, you know, players that are very, very experienced. Chelsea do not have that. The upside of this Chelsea side is massive. You cannot say that about Liverpool. I mean, they could leave, they could lose Van Dijk and Salah at the end of the season easily because of their age. They could be moved on. You know, Chelsea, they are coming. I mean, this team is coming. If you think about, if you put it into context, how young they are and how much they can improve, and knowing that they have a new manager, I mean, trying to play a new style, unlike a Slot that is almost playing identical the way a club played, is massive. And then Chelsea players, they can improve a lot. They can improve a lot individually. I'm not talking about the team together right now because that one is already inevitable. They can improve a lot as individuals. Look at how Vega played when he came on. and he has not been playing. He's playing backing up Cucurella. And look at Lavia, who has only played one game this season prior to this game. They have players who can improve and then come into the team and make it even more better. It's massive. I mean, Chelsea fans, please do not take heart. Take heart. Do not cry too much. Do not cry too much. Be positive. This team is amazing. Be positive. Anfield is not a child's play. Playing at Anfield is not a joke. For them to go there, compete, battle. You know, on paper, I was thinking that Chelsea will not be able to deal with Liverpool, physically, because this, if you look at how Liverpool dealt with Manchester United at Old Trafford, you would think, how are Chelsea players going to stand this? But they did. They did. They played with class. I know every Liverpool fan will agree with me. I believe that every Liverpool fan will think that they have been in a game. They will think that Chelsea gave it their all. They will give Chelsea their respect. That's what it is, man. That's the way I see it. I think Chelsea, I mean, if they continue going this way, if the owners and the fans back this manager and this team, next season, we should be talking about Chelsea competing for the title. Trust me. I've watched football enough to know that. This team, they're too young. They have no rights. Forget about how much they have spent. Forget about how many players they have bought. The bottom line is they have bought young players for a lot of money. Put that money aside. It doesn't really matter. If you are buying a young player for 20 years, for 100 million, if you are buying a 20-year-old for 100 million, don't expect that 20-year-old to look like 30-year-old because you spent 100 million on him. No, you have to give him time to develop. Money is not the issue here. The issue is how young they are, and they have a lot of quality to improve. And when they do, man, Premier League better be ready. I mean it, and I don't know how much I've shouted, but I mean it. Premier League should better be ready when these guys improve. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to deal with them, honestly. And I don't take these comments lightly at all. They are a very, very, very good team coming up. This season may not be it. I mean, they could finish top 4. That's the much I expect from them. I don't expect them to challenge for the title because they have a few issues, to solve, and then growing up to do experience to gain. But next season, better wait for it. That's all I can say.